I'm Melissa Lane, and welcome to the LifeKraft Podcast. LifeKraft is passionate about helping you live your everyday life better by sharing inspiration, awareness, and tools to enable you to create a fulfilling life. Hello and welcome to the LifeKraft Podcast. My name is Melissa Lane and I will be your host today. Before we get going with today's episode, I want to remind you that we love hearing from you. We love your feedback. So make sure that you take a screenshot of you listening to this episode and tag at the LifeKraft and share your biggest takeaway with us. Something that motivated you to live your everyday life better, or some revelation that you got that we would love to celebrate with you. So, I don't know if you've been there, but for many years, I was obsessed with self-development, success strategies. I studied everything that people did. I was the girl sitting in the corner reading books at a restaurant, but it wasn't just a novel or a fantasy book that could take me into another world. I wanted to learn how to better myself. Growing up as a kid, I didn't grow up in a very wealthy household. My mom did her absolute best, and I was always so grateful for everyone who helped and supported us. But the actual fact was we really struggled, and I felt it. I felt it in my bones. I always thought of myself as the poor girl in every situation. And for years and years and years, I tried to learn from people who I thought looked successful, so that I might model them and I might learn from them. But what started happening is I went in and I read all the books and I did all the courses, usually the free challenges and the free stuff, because I didn't have money to invest in myself. And then I started to mirror the people who I wanted to embody, but it was kind of a lot. And what started happening was I started doing every single thing that they said I should do. I mean, taking my morning routine and changing it, start meditating, doing gratitude and journaling. I did breath work and biohacking and hypnotherapy. I joined the 5 a.m. club. I mean, guys, I went all in and I tried as many things as I could to change the game for me so that I did not end where I started in life. And it was amazing. I immersed myself in the potential that other people showed me that there is. And till this day, I never look at someone else's success as, why not me? I always look at someone else's success as, if they did it, I can do it too. They're a shining example for me because we can't be what we've never seen. But my life started only getting slightly better. But I was filled with a lot more anxiety. That's not good. And I started realizing that I was putting way too much pressure on myself. And instead of doing everything that everyone said, all the self-development people, changing my entire morning routine, changing my entire diet, my entire mentality, my entire nighttime routine, biohacking, all of those things, I had to take everything that I learned from them and put it together in a unique way that worked for me. So I don't know about you, but I'm not like the best person in the morning. I'm not a morning person, by no means. But I know the power of setting intentions in the morning, connecting to your higher self and visualizing the day that you want. So I started there. I started simply taking small pieces of all of the information that I gathered over years and years, and I created a little practice for myself that I could do in the morning so that no matter how my day turns out, no matter what else I commit to that day, in less than 10 minutes in the morning, I at least connected to my higher self, set an intention for the day and connected to who I wanted to be, how I wanted to show up in the world, and then visualize that outcome. And I want to share that practice with you because maybe you're sitting there listening to me, or maybe you're in the car driving. You might be in the house cleaning or taking care of your kids. And you might be thinking that you're so scared to really want a bigger, better life because things might have to change so much and you're barely coping as it is with the life that you created now. There isn't time to get up at 5 a.m. and do an hour's workout and then journal and then meditate and do all of those crazy things. And what I want to tell you is that you can take this little practice that I formed. I read about connecting to my higher self through A Course in Miracles. And then the amazing Regan Hillier inspired me to add intention setting. And Tony Robbins taught me about the power of visualization. And what I want to say is, I read all of those books. I listened to all the podcasts. I did hour-long meditations. I made the mistakes so that you don't have to. I want you to have a simple, easy practice that fits into your life. Not a practice that overwhelms you and takes over your life. Because I still believe that we are here to have a human experience. Even though, if you're listening to this podcast, you're on a journey of self-development, self-betterment, stepping into the highest version of you. And I am so here for that. And in the next coming weeks and months and years on the LifeKraft Podcast, we are going to help you get there. I am obsessed with it still. But I know that some days I need a little practice that I can fall back on to just keep me grounded to who I am, but that doesn't overwhelm me. So of course, doing something is better than doing nothing in the mornings. And if you want to do your gratitude and your journaling and all of those things, definitely do it. Make it a part of this. I still think that we should move in the morning as well. So when you get up, do a couple of jumping jacks or do a yoga flow or just sweat a bit, walk around the house a bit, just get your body moving. It was made to move. But then you always have this little practice to fall back on. And I created it so that it's an easy thing that can fit into your day without you having to obsess over 1,000 things. So I'm going to ask you to go back and check out the episodes that I did in the LifeKraft podcast. The first one that I did was all about connecting to your higher self. And then afterwards, go and listen to the one about intention setting. And after that, go and check out the last one of how you can 10x your goals and dreams. That's all about visualization. When you've done those three, or when you've listened to those three, you're ready to do this little practice that I'm going to be giving you today. The practice is going to be a combination of sitting down, taking a couple of deep breaths, closing your eyes and focusing inward. Then I want you to easily connect to your higher self. And I know you might be thinking, Melissa, I don't know how to do that. It's strange. It's not strange. That's the part of you that says, don't go down that alley. I don't think that person's intentions are good. Call that person back. I think they're your soulmate. I think you should go for that job. I think you should get on that plane. I think you should write that book. That is your higher version of yourself. It's there all the time. All you need to do is tune in and listen. And all it takes is practice. And then next up, you're going to visualize your day, because your life consists of moments that you have in a day. So I realized, and that's why we started this podcast, that the quickest way to start creating a life you love is by creating days that you love, days that you can't wait to wake up to, going to bed excited for what you can do and create and how you can serve the next day, enjoying your kids, enjoying your family, enjoying the empire you are building, or just enjoying the healing process that you're on. Not being anything more than just a person healing. I've been there. It's enough some days. And after that, you're going to set an intention. A very powerful intention. Who you want to embody, the vibe you want to bring into your day, the energy that you want to exude. Every time you're on a Zoom call, every time you type an email, and every single boardroom or workplace or grocery store or whatever you walk into will exude that intention. It's going to be your focus for the day. And it's as easy as that. And it takes less than 10 minutes. So this is going to be available on our YouTube page. The link will be in the description below, because I want you to be able to take it and listen to it at least for 7 days in a row, and then come back to me and tell me how your life started to shift in amazing ways. Yes, you need to commit to it. Yes, you need to be disciplined. But I promise you, if you start practicing things that'll move the needle, that'll take you closer to who you were born to be, it's not going to be a discipline. It's not going to be a practice. It's going to be something you look forward to. The reason why I made this little meditation visualization practice for you is because I started realizing that was the one thing in my morning routine that I really looked forward to. And I wanted to share that with you because I know it can change your life if you take action. So are you ready? I want you to take some time tomorrow morning, put on that little practice on our YouTube channel, and just take in everything that is said there. It's so easy, it's so simple, and you absolutely deserve it. I hope you have a beautiful day further. Thank you for being a part of this community. I look forward to hearing your success stories, and I look forward to seeing how your everyday life changes in such amazing ways that you come to me in a year or 2 or 5 or 10 and say, Melissa, I have an amazing life. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to share your takeaway or something you heard that motivated or inspired you, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and tag @LifeKraft on Instagram. Also, feel free to let us know who you'd like to see appear on this show in future. We enjoy bringing you interviews from experts and everyday people so that they can talk about their experiences and share information, tips, and what has worked for them on their journey towards a better life. However, remember that the opinions or advice of our guests and myself, the host, should not be taken as personal, actionable advice and is given as general information and education only. Please always remember to consult a qualified professional before implementing any medical, financial, legal, or other advice that you believe might work for you. LifeKraft is not responsible nor liable for your decision when implementing anything you hear on the podcast. Please listen and act responsibly. The opinions of our guests do not represent the opinions or views of LifeKraft or Melissa Lane personally and are meant as information and general education only. Education